So welcome, man. We are happy to see you here and glad that you want to learn Android and make your own app using Kotlin. So here is a small video that will help you from Zomato that will help you know how Zomato uses Kotlin to make app better for users.
Zomato was started as an app which lets you browse digital menus. Now we are this big food tech company that is operational in 24 countries. More than 150 million users visit the platform every month. We are available in 10 languages. And on the delivery side, we have a fleet of around 60,000 delivery riders. If you want to discover great places to go out, if you want to order in, if you want to reserve tables, and if you just want to browse food, you can use Zomato. So Zomato serves a lot of use cases, and that makes it challenging for the development team to fit in a coherent way inside the app.
After all the buzz in the developer community about Kotlin, I was intrigued by how Kotlin was able to uphold the object-oriented paradigm and solve many of the architectural flaws in the compile time itself. I almost instantly recognized that Kotlin will enable me to develop more architecturally sound applications. Kotlin provides us with null safety at compile time itself, and this is one of the most used features by our team. If you convert a Java class to Kotlin, there will be about 15 to 20% decrease in the line of code. But if you take data classes, there is a drastic improvement of about 55% decrease in the lines of code. Switching to Kotlin is efficient and really exciting. At Zomato, now almost every new feature is being developed in Kotlin. We as Android developers have not experienced the functional paradigm like the developers of JavaScript. So Kotlin providing a function-oriented style of coding was a very good feature. Often a use case comes when we are using code of third-party libraries where we want the class to have another function. Kotlin makes this hassle-free by the support of extension functions. Almost all the new SDKs and APIs that Google is releasing right now has Kotlin support. On top of that, the third-party library developers are also adding support of Kotlin, which is increasing our Kotlin experience.
Zomato is rated 4.3 on the Google Play Store, and we've been lucky with the support of the ecosystem that Android provides.
I would recommend switching to Kotlin because of its interoperability with Java. With recent updates, Android Studio has drastically improved Kotlin support. It is almost frictionless.
So this is one of the story that Zomato. There are various Google products that companies are using to make their app better. So, like, what are actually Android study jams? So, Android study jams are the community organized study groups where people come together to learn about Android and different technologies. After completion of this Android basics on Kotlin, you will be able to make your own app using Android and Kotlin. So, like, coming to the benefits and perk of participating in Android Study Jam. So you will be getting a certificate after completion of the Android Basics course on Kotlin that we will be providing you after this session, and you will be also getting a reimbursement of 80% on the ADD certification, that is Associate Android Developer certification exam fee. Yeah, so we will be discussing about that at the end. Yeah, so Vinay is the Android lead of our GDSC chapter. So he will be covering you about the Android Study Jam session 1. So over to you, Vinay.
So, hi everyone, my name is Vinay Chitraji and welcome to Android Study Jams. This is the session 1, which is new to programming track. This track is for people with little to no programming experience. We'll start at beginning and we'll learn how to build simple Android apps in Kotlin. So let's get started. So let's talk about the prerequisites for this course. Assuming you are in the right place, here are some of the prerequisites that will be helpful for this track. Having basic computer literacy and basic math skills is recommended. You will also need a computer and access to the internet. to take the online course. All right, let's dive into and answer this question. Why Kotlin? So these are some of the key benefits that developers enjoy with Kotlin. The Kotlin language is expressive and concise, which allows you to express your ideas with less code. This reduces the amount of boilerplate code in your project. Kotlin helps you write safer code with features that help you minimize common programming errors like null pointer exceptions. Kotlin is 100% interoperable with Java, which means you can call Java-based code from Kotlin and vice versa. It means while developing an application, you can use both Java and Kotlin. For example, if you already have an existing app which is written in Java, you can add more functionality using the Kotlin language. Another key benefit that Kotlin offers is the structured concurrency with Kotlin core routines. They simplify background task management for everything from network calls to accessing local data, which are common for mobile applications. Uh, you will learn more about the Kotlin core routines in the current coming course. So let's get started. So this is Android Studio. This is the official tool that professional developers use for Android development. This is where you will be writing your Kotlin code and building your applications. This is Android emulator. In Android Studio, you can use the Android emulator, which can emulate various Android devices on your computer. The emulator allows you to run your app, and it provides almost all capabilities that a real Android device would have. We use Android emulator to test our apps. Okay, so let's talk about the user interface. The user interface, which is also known as UI of your app, includes what the app looks like and how the user interacts with it. As you proceed with this course, you will learn the basics of customizing the user interface of a simple application. You will learn how to create different types of UI. So views are the basics of UI. Views are UI elements which are provided by Android. Here are some examples of types of views that are provided by Android. The first one is the text view, which is used for displaying the text. As you can see, in the Hello Android text is displayed using the text view element. The second one is the image view, which is used for displaying different types of images. And third one is a button, which performs some actions when you tap it. These are just some examples. There are many different views provided by Android for developing applications. So layout. The layout of an app is the design or arrangement of what the user sees on the screen. In Android, a layout is made up of views. You can think layout as a box which holds different views. As you can see, you can consider the green box as the layout and the blue box is inside it as the views. A layout can contain as much as views you want, and you can position them accordingly. View groups. So to position our views, Android provides a different view groups. The first one is here are some of the examples. We use frame layout when you have only one view that you want to position on the screen. For example, consider an application where you want to show just simple image or simple text or simple button. For that, we can use the frame layout. The second is the linear layout, in which you can you display the views or different types of views in a single row or a single column. And third one is the constraint layout, that we use the constraint layout for many complex layouts. In constraint layout, we specify them like like in the given example, we have given the constraint that the both text views should always be beside each other, and the button below them, and the button should always be below the both the text views. So we can give some like constraints, and we can design the UI as we want using the constraint layout. So let's see the demonstration of what we just saw. I hope the screen is visible. So this is the after opening the Android Studio, you will see this window. For we'll just create a new simple application. For creating a new project, you have to click here. Also, the instruction to install this Android Studio is given in the later part of this course. You can refer them and install Android Studio accordingly. After creating the new project, you have to select empty activity. Select next. Then first is the name. Here you have to write the name of your application. For example, I'll write hello world. You have to select the language as Kotlin. So minimum SDK. Minimum SDK is the minimum Android version that your application will support. You can choose whatever you prefer. I have selected Android 5.1, so my application won't run on devices that are running Android older versions than Android Lollipop. After doing this, you have to click finish next. This might take some time because the Android Studio is a resource and intensive. I'll increase the font size. Okay. So after creating your project, you will be welcome with this screen. So this is the after opening, you will see two files. This is the activity main XML file, and this is the main activity Kotlin file. So in Android, you can design the layouts which we just saw using the activity XML using the XML. So by creating the first project, Android automatically adds the one text view, which you can see it is hello world is written in there. I just delete it. So on the left side, you will see the palette from which there are different types of views. You can drag and drop to add new views. So let's assume we have to add new text view. You have to go to common, select text view, and drag and drop here. So it adds the text view, and to change the text which it displays, on the right side there is the attributes tab. You will see the text attribute. You can change it to whatever you want. So if you want to add button, you can just select button and drag and drop here. So this is the one of the easy way of creating UI, but there is one another way where you can create UI using the code. Here, as you can see, there are three tabs. First is code, second is split, and third is design. Currently, we are designing the UI using the design tab by just dragging and dropping. After selecting the code, you will see the code required for adding one text view which we just added, and the second button which we just added. So if you don't like the design window, you can just add the code and the button or the views will be automatically generated here. So like okay. So as this is constraint layout, we are required to constraint it. So I'm constraining this layout above here, above the button. And if you want to center the text view, you have to constrain the left and right side of this view to the left and right side of the parent view. So this is how you give constraint to your views. let's keep it like this. So now let's talk about the Android virtual device. So Android virtual device is a feature of Android Studio which allows you to test your applications without having the need of Android physical Android device. So for using Android virtual device, you will see a icon. You just click here and select AVD Manager. After selecting AVD Manager, you will see the screen. For creating new virtual device, you will select Create Virtual Device. You will there are different models of Android phones which are presented to you. You can choose any one which you like. For example, I am choosing Pixel 3a. Just select the device, click on next. Then you have to choose the Android version. I have chosen the R, which is the Android 11. Click on next and click on finish. So you have just created a Pixel 3a virtual device. So to run it, you have to click on play button. So this will start the Android virtual device. It might take some time because this Android virtual device is very resource intensive, and I recommend you to run this only if you have 8 GB RAM or higher. So as you can see, our Android virtual device is ready and it's turning on. So as you can see, this is the Android virtual device. It is just like your physical phone, but just you are looking at in the laptop. You can do whatever you can do on your phone here. Like you can test your apps here. For testing your apps, you have to click on this. This will compile your project and install the app on your Android virtual device. So let's try it. So as you can see, that's the Cradle build is running. It is compiler application. After compiling, that app will automatically get installed on your Android virtual device. So as you can see, our app is ready, which displays Hello World and one button. You can see that I am clicking this button, but nothing is happening. This is because we have just added a button, but we haven't told the button what functionality you have to, that button is going to do. So for giving the functionality, we will use the main activity.kt, where you will write the code for the button view. Like what will happen after you click the button view. So that's it for the demonstration. We'll switch to the slide. So I hope the screen is visible. So we just completed the demonstration. Now let's look at the course that we are provided by Google. So this is the course which we are going to complete this month. It is the Android plus Kotlin course. As you can see, this course includes a total of 6 units, which are for beginners to intermediate programmers. The unit 1 is about the Kotlin basics, which you will learn the basics that you will need while developing the Android application. In Unit 2, as we just saw, you will learn more about layouts. You will get a deep understanding on how to create different types of layouts, what are constraint layouts, what are frame layout, etc., and how you will be able to design different layouts for your application. And third unit, you will be learning how to create complex application, which includes 2 to 3 different screens, like how your app will navigate after clicking somewhere. In fourth unit, you will learn how to connect your applications to the internet. Like we all use Instagram and other social apps, which constantly collects data from the internet, and that is presented on your application. You will learn how to fetch images from some website and show it on your application. In Unit 5, you will learn about the data processing, which is used for storing data of your application locally. So even if your network is not stable, you will be able to like your app won't crash or anything. Your app will run smoothly. And Unit 6, you will learn about the work manager. Like in some apps, like consider the Gmail app. Even if you are not using the Gmail application, it keeps sending you the notification when different mail arrives. So for that, you have to write the code which will schedule and check for emails. For that kind of functionality, Android provides the Work Manager application programming interface. You will be learning more about it in the Unit 6. So let's check it. So I hope the screen is visible. So this is the course which is provided by Google. In this course, you'll be learning about building Android applications with Kotlin programming language. Along the way, you will also develop a collection of apps to start a journey as Android developer. And after finishing this 6 units, you will also be prepared for giving the Associate Android Developer Certification exam. So let's check the Unit 1. So as I told you, there are total Unit 6. This is Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5, and Unit 6. So let's enter the Unit 4. Okay. So you have already received the link of this course on your Gmail. So check for it. So as you said, this is the first unit, and each unit contains several pathways. For example, the first pathway will help you understand the very basics of Kotlin, like how to declare variables in Kotlin, how to declare functions in Kotlin, like that kind of thing. In pathway 2, it will guide you from basic to how to create your first application. It will okay. Let's enter this. So each pathway contains some videos. While starting this course, you have to, if you are a beginner, you have to watch each and every video. After completing this video, you will start with the code lab. Okay, and we'll see what is code lab. So code labs are hands-on guide provided hands-on experience of coding which are made by Google. So code labs will provide you instruction for completing the specific task. As you can guide you from basics like how to where you can practice Kotlin. This is the website which is developed by Kotlin people for trying out Kotlin code. Here you will learn how to print Hello World using Kotlin application, Kotlin programming language. You will learn how to modify that code. So you have to read each and everything and perform the tasks which are told to you. Afterwards, you will be provided with the solution. So after completing the, for example, introduction to Kotlin contains 2 videos and 2 code labs. After completing the code lab, you will be given with the quiz. So you have to complete the quiz if you want to earn the badge. So these badge if you complete the quiz, you will be given with you will be awarded with this badge. So this badge tells you that you have completed this successfully, and you will be able to share this badge on your LinkedIn, Twitter, and everywhere social media that you want. As you will complete this code lab, the progress bar will increase. So we'll see how the quiz is. So the quiz sometimes contains the fill in the blanks, like the multiple choice questions. Um, so you'll have to complete this and submit this. If your answers are correct, you will be awarded with the badge. So like this, you will have to complete all the units. So the first unit contains 4 badges. The second unit contains 3 badges, and it will go on. As I told you, this here you will also learn how to install the Android Studio. Like while installing Android Studio, you should follow this video.
In this course, we'll be using Android Studio on our
So this will guide you how to install the Android Studio. Also, there is another way for testing your application without using Android virtual device. As you all know that Android virtual device is very resource intensive, and you will need at least 8 GB of RAM to run it. So there is another way to test your application, which is using the physical device. Uh, you will be using your own Android smartphone and USB cable to test your application that you develop in the current course. So here is the code lab. You have to click on take code lab, and it will guide you on how to how to use your physical device for installing and testing applications. Okay. Um, Okay, so before starting this course, you'll all have to create a developer profile. A developer profile you will be able to see the badges you have earned in the course, and that will be shown on your developer profile. When and also when you are completing that course, you have to make sure that you have logged in from the same account. Okay. For creating the developer profile, you'll be need one link. I'll send that link in the chat box. So I've just sent one link in the chat box. They will use that link for creating your developer profile. You can use the developer profile for saving your favorite badges that you have earned in this course and other course which you take from Google. So as I mentioned, you have to if you want to earn badges, you have to complete the code quiz. Then only you will get the badges. So that's it for today. If you want to continue learning, here are some of the resources. So do you have some questions? Yes, you are eligible for getting discount. Yes, you can continue the unit, completing the unit. Akshit.
In case you have any more questions, you can just put them on chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask.
Sahil, yes, you will be receiving your certificates on the mail which you have submitted through Google Forms. Manu Kumar Pandya, no, you don't have to pay any fees. It is completely free. The course is completely free.
The course that Google is providing, the basics, Android basics in Kotlin, is absolutely free. But the Android certification, that is ADD, Associate Android Developer Certification, that is a huge amount of fees is there for that. So there will be 80% discount on that. Yeah, so there is a deadline to complete this course. So you need to complete the course before 10 Jan. So you have 1 month now to complete this course. So we will be organizing more sessions to help you understand more about Android. So we will be coming up with more exciting events every Saturday. Yeah.
Hello Vedant, we have already sent the course link, and you can, if you have already created a developer profile, you can just start completing the code labs and the quizzes which are mentioned after them.
Varun, sure, we will be sharing the Google Form link. Yeah, you can just check that on chat.
Okay, I'll show you the certification exam link. Just wait a minute. So this is the an associate and the developer certification. So the course which you will be completing, which comprises of 60 units, so will help you prepare for this certification. And this course is so you might you may get a chance to get 80% reimbursement for the certification. And you can if you are giving this exam, you can give it from anywhere.
Thank you for attending the session. We hope you find this useful. And thank you, Vinay, for sharing the meaningful information with the students. So hope to see you in the next session next Saturday. Thank you.